Barry Allen goes to get his breakfast when Alfred calls him for an emergency. All of the other Justice League heroes are pretty preoccupied, and Barry decides to accept the mission as the Flash. He speeds and reaches his destination within seconds. While Flash rescues people from inside a collapsing hospital, Batman is chasing some bad guys who have just stolen a highly deadly virus. Alfred guides Flash to the areas that require attention. Our fast hero grabs a bite to quench his hunger before saving babies along with the nurse and a dog that have all plunged out of the building. In the meantime, Batman continues his wild hunt and manages to grab the criminals, and with Wonder Woman's help to prevent a viral outbreak in time. Flash joins them and participates in a funny scene of honesty with Batman before he returns to the diner to grab his favorite sandwich. Barry Allen appears late again at work and hears it from his boss. Later on, he meets an old friend from college, Iris West, a renowned reporter, who asks him about his father murdering his mother when he was a boy. Returning home, Barry receives a call from his father in prison. Barry fights to prove his father's innocence, but the evidence is not enough for a strong alibi. Barry, as the Flash, goes to his childhood house, and in a flashback scene, he sees himself as a child, having a good time with his parents before the murder takes place. This is too much for him, and Flash runs so fast, he tears through the fabric of space-time continuum and travels back in time a whole day. He reports this to Bruce Wayne, who warns him about the dangerous repercussions when one is messing with time. Iris drops by to apologize about her behavior earlier in the day. From the talk they have, Barry figures out how to go back in time and save his mother without tempering the timeline much. Flash reaches the fateful day and visits the grocery store saving his mother, but then a mysterious figure with blazing eyes punches him and sends him out of the time nexus into a parallel timeline where his mother is alive and well and his father is free. Barry is now content being with his parents until the moment when he sees his other self, a carefree and goofy kind of type, coming home. Barry flash runs to stop this other Barry from ruining everything. He tells him everything about his venture and learns that he has jumped to the date where young Barry is about to get his Flash powers. In order for this to happen, Barry takes young Barry to the place where the thing is supposed to happen, and when the lightning struck, they both get hit by it. But Barry has now lost his powers and young Barry has gotten his. Young Barry is so excited by this that it creates quite a mess in downtown, despite Barry's warnings. The next day, Barry tells his younger self what to do in order for him to get his powers back. Suddenly, there are reports about an alien spacecraft entering Earth's atmosphere. It is General Zod, Superman's enemy. Barry informs young Barry about how dangerous Zod is, and tries to reach out to the other Justice League heroes to help save the world. But the truth is that Barry has altered the universe with his time travel, and there aren't any superheroes on Earth now, except for Batman. Barry takes young Barry and they go to Wayne Mansion to find Bruce and, subsequently, Batman. They are attacked by a drunken old man, who proves to be Bruce Wayne. Barry tells Bruce that he has come from an alternate timeline, and Bruce demonstrates using a dish of spaghetti that Barry has accidentally created a multiverse. Barry asks for his help, but Bruce declines. Barry then decides to look up for Superman without Bruce, but with his resources in the Batcave. At some point, Barry gets mad at his younger self for behaving so childishly and yells at him, but in the end, they both relax and make up. Barry mentions that this multiverse thing must be connected to a higher force, indicating fate. Bruce listens to that and decides to put on his bat costume. Barry takes a nap, and when he wakes up, he sees an envelope that says Clark Kent is being held captive in a secret facility in Russia. Batman comes then and tells them he will take them to Russia to find Superman. They all board the Batplane and reach their destination. Batman makes an impressive freefall, and the Barrys follow him down. Trying to infiltrate the facility, Flash accidentally alerts everyone in there to their presence. Batman takes out the guards, throwing punches, kicks, and his batarangs, and saves the Barrys. He then takes them to Superman's cell, and Flash opens it. Inside, they find a very weak and emaciated woman. They take her out and come across more guards. Flash gets shot in the leg, and Batman throws a smoke bomb and leads them away. The heroes make a narrow escape through a shaft, right before they are crashed to death. Batman manages to take them out, but the guards catch them. The woman who was miraculously healed in the sunlight takes action now. She's fast, bulletproof, and super strong, beating the nasty guards and tossing them this way and that as if they were mere pebbles. When the threat is eliminated, the strange woman collapses, and Batman calls his plane, which takes them all back to Gotham. Mending their wounds, the Barrys acquaint themselves with Kara, Kal-El's cousin, whom she was assigned to protect during their journey to Earth. She learns about Zod's arrival, and as young Barry takes her to the roof to suck in sunlight and get better, she mentions that Zod is planning on killing all of humanity in search of Kal-El, Superman, that is. Young Barry tells Kara to pitch in and save them, but Kara mentions that she is a Kryptonian and she was imprisoned by humans, implying that she won't do a thing. Barry now tries to find a way to get his powers back. He talks with Bruce and brings up the reason he has time-traveled in the first place, to save his mother. Bruce agrees to help him become Flash again, but young Barry has overheard everything. Meanwhile, Kara flies to meet Zod and witness the General's cruelty. Bruce electrocutes Barry, and with the combination of chemicals, he attempts to bring his powers back. The experiment, however, is a failure. Kara comes then and carries Barry to the sky, dosing him with a mega lightning, and finally giving him his powers back. Young Barry makes a suit out of an old Batman costume, and Barry is happy to be Flash again. Kara steps in and says she will help them fight Zod. Batman joins as well, insinuating that they are about to get nuts soon enough. The heroes enter the fray as Zod's forces are fighting against a human army. Kara confronts Zod while Batman remains airborne to deal with Zod's aircrafts. The two, Flash, deal with the Kryptonians on the ground, but young Barry is a rookie and has a hard time finding his feet on the battlefield. Zod commences now the terraforming that will obliterate all life on Earth and make the planet hospitable for Kryptonians only. Zod reveals to Kara that he has killed Kal-El when he was a baby, and that makes Kara snap. She heat-rays Zod and attacks him. Batman is up against two shuttles. Young Barry listens to his older self and knows now what to do. The two Flash run, beating and electrocuting Kryptonians while Kara lashes out at Zod, whooping him badly. Suddenly, Batman's plane gets damaged, and as Kara goes to stop the terraforming, Zod stabs her in the chest and manages to harvest her blood for the last crucial stage of the terraforming. Batman flies directly at the main Kryptonian ship to bring it down, but his sacrifice is in vain. With both Kara and Batman dead, the young Flash decides to go back in time and save the heroes. The old Flash tags along, and they both end up in the Time Nexus. From there, they go back a few minutes. Old Flash directs Batman to a new target, a big and mean Kryptonian. Batman traps him in his plane and flees before it comes crashing down. New Flash assists Kara in punching Zod repeatedly. Zod, however, is one cunning and able warrior and soon breaks free. He knocks down Kara and then stabs her in the chest, harvesting her blood again, with New Flash watching helplessly from a close distance. Batman takes out the Brute, but he is mortally wounded and dies in the hands of the old Flash. The giant Kryptonian isn't dead yet, and the two Flash blow him up. Zod's lady comes in then, and New Flash kills her with a piece of sharp metal that has pierced his arm. The two Flash go again back in time. The New Flash is frantically searching for a way to prevent Kara's death. But no matter what he does, Kara and Batman are doomed. He doesn't listen to the old Flash, who is more cautious and prudent than he is. Old Flash tells him that he has to undo what he did, recalling what Bruce told him in this timeline. New Flash won't hear a thing though and decides to have another go. But then the entity from the beginning comes and attacks them. He electrocutes old Barry, and when he tries to attack him, the new Barry appears in the Nexus and zaps him, revealing that he is him, but much, much older. As other worlds are colliding and collapsing, multiple versions of Superman are shown. The entity says that the old Barry is the cause for all this mess, and goes to kill him. The new Barry gets in the way and gets stabbed instead. The entity disintegrates and vanishes as the new Barry dies. With the inevitable ending of universe progressing slowly around him, Barry goes back in time, and this time he goes to the grocery store and gets a chance to hug his mother. Tempting as it may be to save her, Barry has to do what is right. So he fixes things and says his goodbyes. Barry returns to his timeline and goes to court, where his father is proved innocent. Iris West asks Barry out, and then Bruce comes, but what it seems this is not the Bruce Barry knows, showing that not all things have come back to normal. In a post-credits scene, Barry walks out of a bar with his friend and teammate in Justice League, Arthur Curry, aka Aquaman, who, drunk as he is, falls down and asks for another beer. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. I'll be back with another interesting movie recap. Until then, take care.